Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of NASDAQ Live here at the Intel Capital Global Summit. I'm your host, Anna Gonzalez. We're continuing our conversations with thought leaders here in the tech industry. And joining us now is Jay Kaplan, CEO of Synnec. Jay, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Anna. Great to be here.
So tell us a little bit about your company.
Yeah, so we got started about 5 years ago, myself and my co-founder and CTO, Mark. We came out of the NSA before founding the company, more on the attack side of the house, doing kind of hacking for the government. One of the things we realized in that line of work was that vulnerabilities were pervasive. If we had the right resources, expertise, and motivation, we're probably going to break into whatever we're trying to break into, and we wanted to do something about it. And so we left to really reinvent what had become a highly commoditized, really stale model for vulnerability assessment, penetration testing, helping companies understand where their vulnerabilities are across their enterprise assets, whether that's on the application side or the network side. And the way that we've done it is by creating this more crowdsourced approach to the problem. So effectively what we do is we recruit and retain a global network of top security researchers worldwide. We're in over 60 countries today. And we pay them to break into our customers. And when they find something, they tell us about it. And then we obviously help our customers remediate those issues.
So there's a lot that I want to ask you here, of course, about some milestones that you've reached and what you're seeing in the industry. But when you talk about those security experts, I wonder, you must have a really interesting and unique work culture. So how do you keep, especially as you scale, what kind of culture do you have? When you're thinking about how to keep everyone on their toes and constantly pushing?
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously there's one part of our company that is really focused on building our product, the platform that facilitates the engagement between our hacker community and our customers, and obviously marketing, sales, and all of that. But then separately, there is a whole team focused on hacker engagement, retention, vetting, which of course is really important in the security world. And the two have to come together and really work together and figure out what enables these hackers to be more effective at their jobs, what enables our customers to be more efficient at receiving this vulnerability data, ingesting it, and doing something about it. So it creates a really interesting dynamic. Obviously, then there's the whole hacker community, which is over 1,000 people worldwide in 60 countries who operate a little bit differently than our own employees, but they're people that we just need to manage appropriately. So it certainly is interesting from a cultural perspective.
Yeah, it seems like it could be a very fun place to work as well, especially with what you have access to and what you've seen over the years. You said you started at the NSA, and now how has the cybersecurity space changed?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say we still have the same problems that we've had many years ago. There is no silver bullet to solving this problem, and at the end of the day, these large enterprises, really any company, needs to think really creatively and out of the box and employ highly innovative solutions, which, we're excited to bring our innovation to the market. It's really difficult though, because there's a lot of companies in this space trying to attack different parts of the problem. It's like an onion that you have to peel back with multiple layers. And you need to figure out, what layers are most important to your business. And so, the cool thing about our business is that we are applicable to almost every single size of company, every single industry, whether it's large banking, technology, government, healthcare. They all are grappling with this problem. No one wants to be in the news headlines as the next big breach. Mm-hmm. And so they are looking to us to help them understand, if someone's going to try to break into my organization, how would they get in? And then what can we do about it to fix the problem?
So tell us a little bit about some of the milestones you've hit recently that you're particularly proud of.
Yeah, I mean, so we are a venture capitalist-backed company. We've raised multiple rounds. Series C was our last round, raised back early last year. We have amazing investors behind the company, such as Google and Microsoft and Intel, obviously why we're here today. We also have top-tier venture capitalists out of Silicon Valley. And outside of, obviously the fundraising milestones, we're growing really fast. We have over 100 employees full-time in the company. We are expanding geographically outside of North America. We're now focused on Europe, Asia, the Middle East, and we're continuing to see tremendous tremendous success, not even at just the big enterprises, which is amazing to see the progress that we've achieved there, working with almost every single top bank, a lot of the large healthcare organizations, et cetera. We're also working with the federal government, one of the most conservative organizations in the world. When you think about the Internal Revenue Service or the Pentagon or Health and Human Services, I mean, these are highly, highly conservative enterprises that traditionally would not be the first ones to try something new. And so it's incredibly exciting to see them, embracing this idea of crowdsourced security. And we actually think it's now an industry best practice that is every company is going to be doing sometime soon.
Yeah, those are incredible milestones. So when you look down the path 5 years from now, where do you want to take the company? Is it about growth? Where are you headed?
Right now, we're hyper focused on growth. We have to be vigilant about not getting distracted, regardless of the fact that we have so many customers asking for so many new things. But we, of course, are bringing new products to light. Just recently, we announced a new product called the Attacker Resistance Score that helps our customers better quantify just how resilient they are to an attacker trying to break into the organization, giving them a 0 to 100 score that can be very easily articulated to their CXOs or their board of directors. We also launched a new compliance product that helps them achieve compliance for whether it's GDPR, PCI, any of the data regulations that are out there. There's a new payment structure tied to that. And so we're continuing to evolve the existing model and helping our customers solve new problems and helping them better understand and articulate how well they're doing, which is a really hard thing for these companies to do. Chief security officers always make the joke that you only know how bad they're usually doing based on when they get breached, but it's really hard to quantify how well they're doing, and we're trying to help them do that.
So Jay, as we wrap up here, what advice do you have for the next generation of entrepreneurs coming up in tech?
Yeah, I think the best advice I can give any entrepreneur is if you have an idea and you really believe in it and you're ready to go and dive in feet first and make it happen, go for it. When we got started coming out of the government, this was a complete new world for us. You had to do a complete 180 from a cultural perspective. You had to we had to drink from the fire hose and understand the venture capitalist world and all that kind of stuff. But if you have the appetite to learn, give it a shot. And if you don't try, you'll never know.
Right. And that would be the worst thing, is always wondering
exactly
what could happen.
That's right.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, it was great to be here. Thanks so much.
And thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for more conversations coming from the Intel Capital Global Summit.